Welcome to What's Cooking on the Dan.
Join Get Fit for the first cooking show in the Dan River region.
Learn how to move, eat, and live healthy with this week's guest, Joyce Wilburn, editor of Evince magazine.
Stay healthy and fit, Dan River region. To learn more about our recipes, please join us at What's Cooking on the Dan at Facebook and Twitter.
And check out our website at getfitdanriver.org. Is we've redone the recipe, and the first thing that we did that we took out was the pork sausage, because that's full of sodium and full of fat and all the saturated fats that you don't want. And we've added turkey sausage. Now still there's fat in turkey sausage, but it is a leaner fat. So.
And usually when I make this recipe, I don't have any meat at all.
Okay, well
Just
you can go
because
meatless.
Yeah, I need to eliminate all of the bad things that you were talking about.
Well,
so.
absolutely not. I mean, sometimes you got to have those bad things.
They taste good. I know.
Absolutely.
I like them too. Yeah.
And you know, I read actually that you can use a vegetarian sausage, which Walmart carries. So we have gotten this turkey sausage, though. It's full of protein. So if you're going to go with a meat, you can either do the vegetarian sausage or go ahead with the turkey sausage. All we're going to do right now is brown our meat. So while we're talking about events and we have a very fun episode planned, Joyce is going to get us, we're going to strike a trot today. Is that right?
Absolutely. You got to, no matter what you eat, it's always good to get out there and work off the few calories maybe that you have consumed. And why not do it in a fun way, in an easy way?
And a learning way.
There you go.
Because, yes, very educational. We have a lot of history in Danville, and you really focus on that in the Holbrook area?
Well, the Danville Historical Society, that we have two guided tours, one on Holbrook Street, which tells the history of the African-American professional community from, say, the 1900s, early 1900s to the late 1960s. And then the Millionaires Row Main Street tour is called The Secrets Inside. That focuses on the men who made their fortunes in tobacco and textiles in the 1800s.
Right.
And they built houses to show off how much money they had made,
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
so that's kind of fun too. So the Main Street tour is called The Secrets Inside, and the Holbrook Street tour is called There's a Story Here.
Which is what we're doing today, then.
Yes.
There's a story
yes,
here.
yes.
Oh, great.
That's a 60-minute tour, but it's an easy walk.
Oh,
it's
good.
level ground, and I think the ladies are going to enjoy it.
Well, if we remember, we'll have to get our Get Fit pedometers and, see how far we're going.
I think it's about a mile, but you can.
Oh,
you
good.
you can, because it's a half mile from the corner of Holbrook and Ross down to where Westmoreland Senior Apartments are. It used to be Westmoreland School.
Okay,
and then
right.
we come back up. So I think it's about a mile, but I'm not
That's a nice
positive.
little
so.
hike.
Yeah, but it's level. It's good. It's easy.
So if you did the walk, you probably could have the original breakfast pizza recipe. Tell us about that one.
Oh, well, I just happen to have it here. I cut it out of a magazine, and that's there. I don't have any cookbooks at my house except for one. I'll just show you real quick.
This is great, y'all.
This is my cookbook.
That is Joyce's Bible.
This is actually a 3-ring binder. And what I do is whenever I find a recipe in a magazine or a newspaper, I'll clip it out. My family will taste it to see if they like it.
Okay.
If they like it, it goes in here. If they don't, it goes in the trash can.
Okay, yes.
And then as our tastes evolve, we will maybe not like some of the things in there because they have a high salt content because they're old.
Right,
Too much fat. So we throw them out. So it's always up to date. I don't ever have to worry about being up to date.
Well, and when you were showing it to us before we got started, there are recipes in there and your friend's handwriting. Your mother had a recipe in there in her handwriting.
Yes.
And actually, you have to tell them what the name of your book is.
Oh, well, I plagiarized just a wee bit. It's called The Joyce of Cooking.
Because of Joyce.
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?
Oh,
Smart.
it's corny, and I know it. And
I know. We like
apologize,
corny
but
things
that's
around
okay.
here at Get Fit. Anyone who knows us will tell you that. But do you like to cook then? Obviously you do.
I do.
And you try.
I do. And I like this recipe in particular. It's easy. It's quick. You can prepare it ahead of time as you did today, and then just throw it together at the last moment. I like this for breakfast, but it could be served for lunch.
Yeah, it's a good brunch recipe.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, and so it's easy, like if you're having an overnight guest and you don't want to spend a lot of time in the morning cooking, but you want to be with your guest. This is a good recipe. It uses traditional breakfast foods. If you just do, say, the sausage and the eggs, but it's served in a non-traditional way.
Right, a pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, who would think of a breakfast pizza?
There you
Well,
go.
and the neat thing about this recipe that I really like is it's convenient, like you said. You can make it ahead of time, but it also covers a lot of food groups. And because breakfast is such an important meal, everyone needs to have breakfast. You should never skip breakfast. First of all, it slows your metabolism down when you do not have breakfast, and you just can't seem to get started during the day. So what ends up happening is you end up eating more throughout the day without fueling your body first thing in the morning. So we're going to fuel it with, again, our lean protein sausage here. We have our wheat pizza crust over here, which is a whole wheat. Excellent for fiber. So, we're adding everything on the plate, and we're actually
Except for the
finished
fruit
here.
and coffee, which would be easy to add on the side.
Absolutely. And your coffee counts towards your water intake in the
Really?
morning. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Coffee and tea do count. I think we're actually finished
I
here.
think we're
just
good.
gonna, and the neat thing about this turkey sausage is there's not a lot of fat. We've got drainage here, but it's just a lot of liquid. So what we're gonna do is get a slotted spoon, and we're just going to put. Do you mind doing that, Joyce? Thank you.
Is this what you want me to do?
And just put it on the paper towel plate
Okay.
and make sure that we get all that grease, which really there's not much there,
Yep.
but that we get it out and it soaks into those paper towels. So you just let it sit there for a couple minutes. But back to, we've got our whole grain here, we've got a lean protein, and then we're going to add tons of vegetables to our breakfast pizza. We also have cheese, potatoes. So this is a hearty meal, but it's a guilt-free meal. Actually, each slice has about 300 calories and about 7 grams of fat. And when you're talking about a very filling meal like this, and you pair it with, a fruit and your coffee, then you've got an excellent, healthy way to start your day.
Great way to eat. You need to eat this before you take the tour. That's all I can say.
Yes.
Actually, and that
that's
happened
what
one
we're
time. We had a tour one time, and the young teenage girl didn't eat breakfast at all.
Right.
Didn't bring a bottle of water with her, and she could not complete the tour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you do need to eat a good breakfast. Okay, so what's next?
Okay, so next we're just going to get on over to our eggs. So what we've already done is we've toasted our wheat crust for 10 minutes at 350 degrees, and then we just coated it with a vegetable cooking spray. So we've already done that, so we're just going to get over here to the eggs then. We are going to measure out 1 cup of egg beaters, which the great thing about these, and you were telling me that you actually use these.
I do.
They are they're zero cholesterol, no fat, or low fat, and less calories and more protein. So egg beaters are our friend. We need 1 cup, please.
1 cup. I can do this.
And while Joyce is pouring, I'm going to go ahead and pour out a 1/4 cup
You want me to put this in the bowl?
that bowl. Yes,
Okay.
thank you. I'm going to get a 1/4 cup of skim milk. Okay. Tell you what, we'll just throw those in there. Get
Put
rid
that
of
over
them
there. Want me to do a little whisking? Oh,
with the salt and pepper, we have just 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. You are mean and lean in the kitchen.
Make it happen. Okay.
Okay, excellent.
See, I tell you it's easy. What's next?
I know. This is my kind of recipe. First of all, we really only have 6 ingredients in this recipe, and we're just adding in all these vegetables as a topping. So what we're going to do is take our sausage. We're going to put that on our crust. We got some runaway sausage here.
Normally I would follow the 3-second rule, but since other people are watching, I won't do that.
Okay. Okay. Well, then you can eat those little runaways
Okay,
over
we'll do
there.
that
We got
later.
some runners.
Okay.
And just, kind of spread it around. Whoops, hello. More runaways. And then what we're going to do is take our egg mixture, and we're going to, wait a minute, hold on. We haven't even talked about our potatoes over here.
Okay.
Just left out our potatoes. We have just shredded hash browns. There's no seasoning added to them, nothing, just hash browns, which is actually in your original recipe
is.
as well. So we're going to spread those around.
I'm getting hungry. This is looking good.
I know, it smells good. That turkey sausage
It's not bad.
packs a punch.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to put our egg mixture on the
You
top.
want me to do that?
Yes, please, if you don't
I'm going to
mind.
pour it all around. Is that the way you would do it?
That is it.
Everybody has their own style. Just want to make sure it's...
You're very neat about it. I can tell you're a personal organizer.
Oh, There you go.
So we had the pleasure of working with Joyce when we filmed the Call Me Maybe video, and Joyce actually came out. Not only did she cover the story, which we thank you so much for doing that and giving us that exposure.
Yes.
Joyce got in the middle of the action, and she was up there dancing. In fact, we're gonna have to get a clip of that in this episode because you did a great job.
Well, I would rather dance than eat.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
I know.
I love dancing.
Well, it shows. You're very good, and you're a very enthusiastic dancer, so we appreciated your participation. Now, what we're going to do is take a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Now, what we are going to use is, don't go with fat-free cheddar cheese, folks. It really just doesn't cook very well, and it just doesn't taste good. It's a little bit rubbery. And so what you can do is go with a 2% cheddar cheese. Now, we usually promote white cheese that's healthier than yellow cheese, but in this case, we're going to go ahead and go with the yellow cheese. It's closer to Joyce's recipe, and again, it's 2%, so it's a low-fat option.
And it looks pretty.
It does. It adds some nice color.
Okay.
Speaking of color.
All right.
All
Now, I'm just going to say, like, for breakfast, this would be it.
That would be it.
But it's okay to eat vegetables for breakfast, too.
Absolutely. In fact, a meal, when you can actually add fruits and vegetables to your original dish instead of making it a separate side, it's a win-win. Cauliflower doesn't have the best smell. Don't let that turn you off. Because when it's toasted, it actually cooks that smell and that taste that you just made you wrinkle your nose.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, it is more mild. So this is a great thing to slide in on children, and I know you have some grandchildren.
Oh, I do.
And so I'll tell you what. Let me grab a spoon.